Your fear pattern drives you to not lose your money. Your greed pattern drives you to hoard the money. Your insecurity pattern drives you to, run a relationship. Your need of love, attention pattern drives you to have some, to have attention in relationships. All when it is the that have the sovereignty, not any other part in us. It is the patterns inside of us that have the sovereignty. We have given the complete power to the patterns. The same thing, when you give that power, that veto power of authority to your consciousness, you become consciously sovereign. Are you all understanding? Can I request each of you to post your understanding of conscious sovereignty? What, according to you, is conscious sovereignty? How do you understand that? Can I please put? Can I please request each of you to post? Come on. Can I request each one to post? What is conscious sovereignty? What do you understand as conscious sovereignty? How do you see it when Swamiji tells, right? Like giving the complete power and authority to your consciousness, that consciousness taking the sovereignty in you. Can I request each of you to please post what that is? Jai Pavan Ji, Nithyanandam, Jai Pavan Aya, welcome. And I see your message. You will be having the darshan. Swamiji will be giving the darshan today. At that time, you can ask any prayers or boons that you want. Directly, Swamiji himself will bless you. So you're here in the right time. But today evening, New York time, we will be having the darshan. So please stay tuned with us and you will be receiving the blessings and darshan from Swamiji. Yes. Okay. Now, to every one of you, see, please understand, you giving the complete power, consciousness, conscious supremacy is what? You declaring your supremacy because of your conscious sovereignty over everything in your life, not out of ego. Every 2 days, which is a time you can handle, 2 days is what you can cognize. 48 hours is what you can plan for. You can't plan for more than 48 hours. So when you decide inside of you, in your inner space, decide that let my consciousness take complete sovereignty. Any patterns, the karma, the prenatal or postnatal karma inside of you, anything, decide, let Swamiji take care. Give it to Swamiji completely. Whenever you have this declaration in your inner space, understand you will not be stopping for anything, you will not be stopped by anything, you will not be in any kind of a conflict whatsoever. Do not stop anywhere in between. Even when you're given wealth, luxury, longevity, pleasures, till you reach the state of Paramashiva, do not get distracted in between with anything else. It may all look very real to you, but they're not. They're all delusions. When you have this one understanding in your inner space, the way you will understand life, the way you will cognize yourself will be completely different. This conscious sovereignty inside of you. Swamiji was explaining about how Isaki Swamigal put Padmasana, right? Even after he left the body. Of course, it's not death as we understand, it's Jiva Samadhi. But even after that, Isaki Swamigal had actually put Padmasana to build his Jiva Samadhi, as you all can see in the picture towards the bottom left of the screen. Here, this is the Samadhi of Isaki Swamigal and Mataji Vibhudananda Puri, both of whom are the gurus of Swamiji, and Swamiji himself at the age of 16. This is after the this is the picture of the coronation of Swamiji as the successor of Arunachala Sarvajna Peetham, and left is a Samadhi of Isaki Swamigal, where his body is enshrined after he attained the Mahasamadhi. Actually, this is the exact spot where 3 days after attaining the Mahasamadhi, his body assumed the Padmasana posture. Now, see, Swamiji gave one important truth to all of us. Stop getting terrorized of your expansion. Stop terrorizing others of your expansion. Pen down all the fears of expansion you have. Break it down. Pen down anything you want as future and drop the fear to manifest that future. Drop the fear to visualize your future manifesting as you want. Actually, it's true. You may wonder, what? Why will I have fear to manifest my future? Just look into your life. All expansion, you always carry a fear in you. Oh God, what if I'm not able to do this? Oh God, what if it is not happening? How can I bear it? How can I handle it? What if it is too painful? What if it's too difficult? I can't handle so much of stress. We all carry this inside of us. Sit down, pen down the fear of your expansion that you carry. Please take a few minutes and pen down. Have all of you finished writing? Have all of you written down the areas where you have fear of expanding or fear of expansion? Okay. Now please understand, every point wherever you carry this fear of expansion or the fear of expanding, you will have the exact same problem each time. See, this fear in you entertains the thought currents where your patterns again and again bind you from experiencing your possibility. Because of the fear, you won't even try to experience the reality as it is. That is the biggest problem. Are you understanding? If you realize, see, there is one part of me which is having all these patterns true, but there is also a part of me which is consciousness, which is supreme, which is much, much more powerful than any of these attributes or aspects. That one thing, if you understand, you will realize, you will start manifesting that space, that existence is Paramashiva. And that is what all of us are going to be manifesting today. The conscious sovereignty is nothing but you just recognizing, even if you recognize the part of you inside you which is carrying it, right? You will start understanding. The problem is only you have to make sure you're recognizing the part of you which is consciousness, which is consciously sovereign. Make sure you're all writing down, address all the aspects inside of you which is afraid of expansion.
You can relax. Now we're going to be manifesting further powers, that the power of remote vision, being able to see at a distant place. All of you now, right now, are going to be scanning another place in the world where you are not. Ultimately, when we look at it, all power manifestation is nothing but expansion. Because as Swamiji reveals, all these powers are not some tricks, some magic, some supernatural things. They are your very nature. By their nature, they are superb. What you are doing is nothing but expanding into your cosmic self when you do the power manifestation. As Swamiji says that all the things you do in life, you're only seeking to merge with the cosmic you. That you that you feel within you, you're only doing it to merge with the cosmic you. Even anything that you do, that's the very nature that we are programmed. That you in you, the me in me, is programmed to seek the cosmic me and cannot rest until then. That is what we experientially experience through the power manifestation. The expansion of our inner space, where we are zooming out, we are looking at the larger picture about how we are not actually limited to what we call this physical body, but we are in the present moment, present at every particle of the cosmos. This is what is the multidimensional logic. It's the more you expand, the more subtler details are revealed to you. When you're able to cognize that everything I see as my life is my projection, you get complete control over your biology, the body parts, the sculpting of your body. When you're able to cognize, yes, this entire solar system is me, you're able to understand and have the power over the atomic structure. When you're able to cognize this entire galaxy is me, you get the subtle knowledge and depth of understanding about the protons, the subatomic particles. Ultimately, when you relax and you shut down the mind and relax into the complete space that yes, I am the entire Brahmanda, I am the entire universe, you experience and realize the subtle quantum vacuum fluctuation energy, that Planck energy is also you, through which you are creating this entire reality. Now, to know something where you want to know that something which is not physically in your perception at your disposal, something that, let's say, I am going to be holding now. To know that all you need to do is expand your inner space. So that is all we are going to be manifesting. And just now we completed with that fear, that subtle fear we all hold for expansion. That is what is going to now manifest as this power of remote vision, where you just know the entire cosmos. Are we ready? Let's start. I have kept an object in front of me right now. All of you are going to be scanning what exactly that object is. Right now, I have a particular object in front of me. And each one of you, by connecting to Paramashiva, are going to scan what that object is. As we saw, this Dura Shruti power, the Dura Drishti power, the power to see something that has happened at a distance. Now, some of you are in India, some of you are in the US, some of you are in Europe, but all of you, each and every one of you, are going to be scanning and telling exactly right now what is the object I have kept in front of me. Okay? You can do it if you connect to the power of mind reading. You
Sorry for the technical glitch. Yes. Looks there was a small the gap where you all lost the audio of Mashambhava. So basically, what she was explaining was about the power of being able to see remote distances. Understand? Swamiji explains when you find out that conscious sovereignty in you, right? That effulgence in you, Lingodbhava in you, you start manifesting the ability to see any distance that you want. You start manifesting the ability to connect any remote distances or even the remotest corner of people's minds. See, consciousness is all pervading, it is existing everywhere. As much as you can see me, my skin, and my whole body, same clarity, you will be able to experience consciousness. But it is just that we constantly limit. We are afraid of expanding. We are afraid of going into that unknown. We don't even try to experience that in life. When you connect that consciousness which pervades everything, that same consciousness only is pervading this universe. That same consciousness is only pervading every object, everything that you see. Now, with your one decision, you can manifest this power of being able to scan, identify any place of your choice. You will be able to precisely scan any place. You can connect to any of your friends and ask them to give you any place that they want. You will be able to scan and describe it in complete details. You will be able to see it in full details. Are you all understanding? Can you all now connect to a partner? That partner can give you any place that they want. Now, with that space, just connect and start scanning. Even they can keep an object that they have. Any object that they have, they can keep. Just sit now with this decision. Intensely decide to manifest as Bhagavan, Lingodbhava, that conscious supremacy, the conscious sovereignty. And in that space, you will be able to precisely identify any place that there is. You will be able to clearly see what is the exact things that is there in each of these places. We'll now show you all the parameters, the different things you can scan in a house. Please connect to your partner. Start. Do this sincerely. The same consciousness that fills you is the same consciousness that fills the whole universe. And if you connect to that consciousness in you, you will be able to precisely scan.
Nithyananda Paramashivam Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Mahamahavaagya, spiritual lullaby for Samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashivam. This Mahamahavaagya is spiritual lullaby for you to fall into Samadhi. Suprabhatam, wake up song for Paramashiva to wake up in you. Just remember this one powerful cognition. This Mahamahavaagya puts me in Samadhi. This is spiritual lullaby for Samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up song for Paramashiva in me. For Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant this Mahamahavaagya. Mahamahavaagya, spiritual lullaby for Samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva. For Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant this Mahamahavaagya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda.
Relax. Okay, we're all going to be entering now into a very, very, very interesting segment where we're going to be understanding about Lingodbhava Murti. I request all the participants to post. How many of you are able to start seeing? Shane Desire, don't worry. See, what I would say is keep manifesting. I see Arjun Ravishankar is constantly trying to describe he's doing it. See, it doesn't matter. You may not be right on the first dot or the first attempt. I will say not just the first attempt, even on the 20th attempt, you may not be right. It's okay. But don't come to the cognition. See, yesterday only we learned about super determinism, right? Don't tell, oh, I am not able to manifest because I have these patterns. Instead, ask, I am Paramashiva. How can I not manifest? That means I will be able to manifest. You may have one or two self-doubt patterns that will come up a number of times. But I have a request for you. Consciously decide with your will to manifest and go on trying. It is okay even if you're wrong 100 times. I'm telling you, it's okay. You try. You can just explain. You can always tell, this is what I'm seeing, this is the color, this is the form, this is the shape, this is the size. That's okay. But go on describing. Never give up that. And I'll challenge you, Aya, within the next just that 11 days or 9 days that's left, you'll be able to start manifesting. The whole click is this: if you show your pattern how powerful your conscious supremacy is, the pattern will leave. If you show yourself that pattern is big, then you will forget your own conscious existence. Understanding? So now, let us all enter into the next session where we learn about Lingodbhava Murti.
There is a space where time is not past, present, future. It is just ease. The pure easiness forms the basis of existence of time. In that time, which is only ease, there is no past, present, future. Past, present, future, all is ease. In that space, Paramashiva manifested all his 64 forms for various leelas. For example, Lingodbhava manifested to establish the supremacy of Paramashiva. Paratva of Paramashiva, Shiva Paratva, is established by Lingodbhava by showing Brahma and Vishnu their space and their manifestations. Listen. But the Lingodbhava can never be called as was. At that time, Lingodbhava manifested. You can't say. Lingodbhava is. Paramashiva, I am here intensely, powerfully manifesting and available to all of us. Eternally radiating my own bliss from the Nishkala Swarupa, the space of Nishkala and Nirvikalpa, manifesting myself and extending, expanding as everything. I am here, available to everyone. Let us all intensely connect with the superconsciousness of Paramashiva. Settle down, start listening intensely. I will open my very core, my very being to all of you through these powerful cognitions, understandings. Decide to come to these powerful conclusions along with me. Mahashivaratri is manifestation of me from my Nirvikalpa Nishkala Swarupa into this everything that exists. From my Nishkala Swarupa, I manifested as everything that exists. This Shivaratri is celebrated. This Shivaratri is observed, celebrated to celebrate my manifestation from Nishkala Swarupa and everything exists. From my pure formlessness, unclutched Nishkala Swarupa space, I manifested and continue to manifest everything that exists. Nirvikalpa Niranjana Niradhara Nishkala Swarupa. From that space, I manifested as everything that exists. This manifestation is the Lingodbhava in Arunachala. This is the day. Again and again, I am intensely available for every one of you to experience the state of Paramashiva, pure, unclutched state, the space of Paramashiva, where powerful completion exists, where Parameshwara manifests as everything. And all the auspiciousness. The powers Shiva manifest as Parashakti, my own extension. being of Paramashiva, alive, living entity. Understand? If you think your qualities are stronger than your identity, you will see Paramashiva also as the quality and less identity. If you think your identity is more powerful than your quality, you will think Paramashiva also is a powerful identity, less of his qualities. He is more his identity than his qualities. People who feel their identity is stronger than their qualities, they will connect with Paramashiva also with the same idea. You will feel Paramashiva also is a strong identity and his qualities come and go. There are some people who feel their qualities are more stronger than their identity. They feel Paramashiva also same. His qualities are stronger than his identity. So let us meditate on his qualities. But you understand one thing. Me as Paramashiva, I am strong in my identity and in my qualities. I am not just the totality of few qualities. I am more than any qualities you can imagine, visualize. All the best qualities you can imagine, visualize, all that put together and something more is me. Listen to this. By knowing how I exist, you will become me, because you will recognize you also exist in the same way. I am revealing the macrocosmic secrets. If you internalize these macrocosmic secrets, you will realize as a microcosm you also exist with the same principles, with the same understanding, in the same flow. Understanding. You exist in the same way I exist. You will be liberated. You will be liberated. You will manifest me. Paramashiva is all the best qualities you can imagine, all the best qualities put together, plus something more. So the identity is also strong. That is why I am saying I am form, formlessness, and more. I have an identity, I have being, I have all the Ananta Kalyana gunas, all the qualities, and more. By meditating on any of my qualities or my identity, you will manifest me. You can connect with anything. Paramashivam is here, manifesting available for every being, everyone. Listen intensely. By internalizing the truths I am revealing, by coming to these powerful conclusions I am revealing, by connecting with these powerful cognitions I am revealing, you will realize your Paramashivatva. This great macrocosmic secrets I am revealing, by internalizing them, you will realize your microcosm also functions in the same quality and principle. To understand, Paramashiva, I am form, formless, identity, and all the auspicious quality. Some people say, I am embodiment of quality. Some people say, I am a form. If you feel you are just embodiment of certain qualities, you will connect with me as embodiment of some quality. If you feel you are an identity, you will connect with me also as an identity. If you feel you have form, you will connect with me as a form. Understand, in reality, I am formless and I have forms, and I am a powerful identity, powerful being, powerful auspicious qualities. I have everything as my expression, as me. If you connect to any of my auspicious quality, you will reach me. If you connect to my forms, you will reach me. If you connect to my being, you will reach me. If you connect my existence, you will reach me. Shivaratri, Mahashivaratri, this is the time I manifested from timelessness into time. So this is the beginning of time. This is the beginning of form. From my formlessness, I manifested as form. From my timelessness, I manifested as time. From my timelessness, I manifested as time. From my formlessness, I manifested as form. So this is the beginning of everything that exists. My creation aspect, Srishti, creation aspect, understand? My creation aspect, Srishti, the manifestation aspect. My maintenance dimension, Sthiti, sustenance dimension of this whole universe, and my rejuvenation dimension, destruction or rejuvenation dimension. This destruction and rejuvenation continuously happens in everything in everyone. That is the way life functions.
Nithyananda. Now, Swamiji explained to us about the manifestation of Bhagavan Lingodbhava Murti. So many of you understood that. How Bhagavan Lingodbhava exists, how he is happening, how when we associate ourselves with form, we cognize divine, we connect to Paramashiva as form. When we are more and more getting connected to our formless, we connect to Paramashiva as formless. When we connect to ourselves as principles, we connect to Paramashiva as principles. In every level, he is manifesting. And in reality, he is the ultimate embodiment of all of these. See, right now, we are learning about Lingodbhava. And right after this, we are going to be entering into the Vedic Astrology, Hindu revelations, Hindu Cosmology. Ma Michelle Strong was asking, is today the only day we'll cover Hindu Cosmology? Yes. Sorry, I'm just seeing your question. Today is the only day where we are going to be covering Hindu Cosmology. The whole day is themed based on that, because today we have the darshan of Bhagavan Lingodbhava. Lingodbhava manifestation is something very, very, very beautiful. There's once Brahma and Vishnu, they both become egoistic. Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu, they start feeling that I am the greatest of all. I am the greatest of everyone. So they both start having a fight, saying, who is greater than who? And when they both are fighting, to resolve that fight, suddenly light beam, intense light beam, fire. Actually, it's described as a huge beam of fire manifests, and that voice says, all right, let us have a competition. Who wins this competition will be considered as the most supreme. Rather than say, all right, come on. So the challenge is, you should either find the head or the feet of this form. So huge beam of fire. So they both decide, all right, done. One of us will find your head, one more will find your feet. So whoever finds this first, they become the winner. They are going to be announced as the most supreme in the entire cosmos. So Brahma, who does the job of creation, he starts traveling up, trying to find, he takes his swan as his vehicle, and he starts flying up, trying to find the head of this form, where the form is starting from. And there is Mahavishnu. He takes the form of a wild boar, and he starts digging, going down, travels downwards, trying to dig the ground and see where this form is actually ending. Wherever he is digging, he keeps finding this is more deeper. This goes on for a few days, months, years pass by. But this form is still higher. Nowhere, neither the head is shown nor the feet is shown. It's called as Adimudikana Annamalayan, means neither the head is seen nor the feet is seen. That is the form. At one point, Mahavishnu realizes that there is absolutely no use of going either how much ever down I'm going to go, I'm not going to be able to find the feet of this form. And wherever he is at that point, he takes a bell and ties the bell as a mark saying he has reached till there. And then he surrenders to that formless form, saying that now I realize that I am not the ultimate as per my understanding. I understand that there is an ultimate energy that exists, and I surrender to that. The moment he says that, his conscious supremacy is awakened. On the other hand, Brahma is flying, he gets very tired. But see, actually, Vishnu is the embodiment of wealth. Brahma is the embodiment of knowledge. Intellectual knowledge, not a real knowledge, but just intellectual knowledge. Even when you go behind wealth, thinking wealth is the ultimate, at one point, it hits you so hard that you realize either boredom takes over or you give up. At some point, you realize wealth is not the ultimate. There is something more in my life that I need to seek. That's why you see so many wealthy people will become seekers in their life. On the other hand, this partially digested, just intellectual, not experiential, just intellectual knowledge, those who have that will be very egoistic. It's a very dangerous path. Brahma is traveling in that path. And he is going up. Suddenly he notices one flower is falling down. He's so delighted seeing that. He goes and immediately catches that flower and he asks, where exactly are you falling from? The flower says, I was in Paramashiva's ear and I started falling from his ears. He had kept me in his ears. I started falling from his ears. And Brahma gets very delighted. He thinks he's closer to the head. So he says, oh, you're falling from his ear. That means I can find his head soon. And this flower laughs and says, how will you find his head? I have already seen 4 Brahmas before you. I've been falling down from his ears for last 4 yugas. So I have seen 4 Brahmas before you. You need to understand all these truths from, this is a real happening. From multidimensional logic, you need to understand. You might be wondering, what? I thought 1 Brahma, what is this 4 Brahmas? You need to know a little bit more, because in Hinduism, we have every few yugas together is only the lifetime of Brahma. And every few yugas, once Brahma again appears, a new Brahma appears. Anyways, so this is what the flower tells. But he decides, he says, all right, now I just need one help from you. I need you to be a false witness for me. I want to go and tell this form that I have found you in his head. And you should say, yes, I found you in his head. this is a problem with partial knowledge. When you don't have the complete knowledge and just get stuck with intellectual knowledge, what happens to you? That's what happens to people who who keep reading some books, try their own techniques, but who don't have a guru in their life, and they never can actually experience it. They get stuck at this point and they get into this habit of spontaneous lying. So now Brahma and Vishnu both come to the form and say, first Vishnu says, I'm sorry, Lord. I realize now, I don't think I'm able to find your feet, and I surrender. I understand that you are the ultimate, and I surrender at your feet. Please bless me and enlighten me. On the other hand, Brahma laughs and says, you should surrender to me because I am the ultimate. Look, I found the head of this form and I got the flower as a witness, and laughs. Paramashiva just looks at Brahma. He appears in his form and looks at Brahma. From Paramashiva's jatas, Kalabhairava comes, and Brahma used to have 5 heads. He used to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, one more on top. But the moment he lies, Kalabhairava manifests and cuts Brahma's one head, the top head. And the moment that ego was removed, he understood that what he did was lying, and it was completely from an ignorant, arrogant thing. He falls at Paramashiva's feet, and he also realizes that there is what he thinks to be the ultimate. Just this impartial knowledge, this partial, indigested knowledge is not the ultimate. There is much more, and he also gets enlightened. Understand, the whole happening is so beautiful. He manifests as a huge shaft of light, fire with Adimudi Kana, where his head or feet is not visible, and he gives the darshan, enlightens Brahma and Vishnu. The flower also gets cursed for supporting spontaneous lying, that it will never be used for Paramashiva's worship. Till date, that flower only on one specific day it can be offered on Paramashiva, otherwise it cannot be offered on Paramashiva.
This is a very beautiful metaphor, because if you just see all dry knowledge, Swamiji tells it was that day when Brahma experienced enlightenment. Because with just knowledge, sometimes we get too dry. We experience only all the knowledge that we gain. Unfortunately, it only becomes as an understanding to us, not an experience. For that, if you are stuck with that understanding, it's more dangerous. It is like neither it is inside nor it is outside. You need to start manifesting that experience as power. So that is what is that conscious sovereignty. And what Lingodbhava represents is that space where he is telling how you can achieve the conscious supremacy. He is neither tired or bored due to wealth. He is neither having dry knowledge. He is the ultimate, that Paratva, that consciously supreme being that stands tall. That is what Paramashiva represents.
Today we are going to be experiencing that conscious supremacy, and that time when Lingodbhava manifests, all the devatas, everyone, the whole world worships, all multiverses worship Paramashiva. Such a glorious form. It's like formless in form, and every world they're seeing is still going up, still going down. There's no end, there's no starting, there's no ending. It's so glorious. So all of them request, oh Paramashiva, you have manifested so beautifully. We want to worship you in some form. See, if you're like you're manifested so big, just be with us. Then Paramashiva says, all right. He just cools down and assumes the form of a huge hill. That is the Arunachala hill. Understand Tiruvannamalai, the birthplace of Swamiji. The hill, Tiruvannamalai hill, Swamiji will keep talking about Arunachala, Tiruvannamalai hill. It's this very place. The whole hill is the form of Paramashiva. Understand? Actually, many scientific researches have been done on that hill. Till date, scientists are not able to calculate the age of the hill. Whatever they are trying to identify, the very next research is showing it's much older than that. So they have not. You can Google and see. It's an official information. You cannot identify the age of that hill. It's that old because this Lingodbhava happened, manifested, and cooled down as that hill. And the Devatas still request, all the gods and goddesses request, Paramashiva, you have manifested. Thank you so much that you came as a hill. But we want to worship you in some form. See, if I have to do puja for you, I can, or do abhishekam for you, then I have to only give like rain, because for a hill only the rain will be the abhishekam. But I want to worship you. Be with us continuously in this very form. Paramashiva says, all right. Gives a threefold promise. He says, from this moment on, I'm going to be here with all of you. One, in the form of this Arunachala hill. Second, in the form of Arunachaleshwara Linga. Third, through a continuous stream of living incarnations, I will happen here again and again and again. And true to his word, this time again, he has happened in Tiruvannamalai as our beloved Swamiji. This whole record is there in Linga Puranam, in Skanda Puranam, where you can very clearly read Bhagavan describing himself, giving the promise to the whole universe, saying he is going to be available through three forms: as the hill, Arunachala hill in Tiruvannamalai. Second, as the Linga, the deity of Paramashiva, the Shiva Linga, which is Arunachaleshwara Linga. Third, as a living avatar in Tiruvannamalai. And that's exactly where Swamiji happened, descended. And now he is manifesting for all of us. Today, just sitting at the comfort of our homes, we are going to be able to enjoy, experience the form which Brahma and Vishnu had to do so much to see his head and feet. We are going to experience him today. That is the Lingodbhava form.
When you connect to this Lingodbhava form, right, you will be able to manifest the space, the power of conscious sovereignty. See, Swamiji tells, when you are Yes, sorry for the technical glitch. See, when you connect to this particular form of Paramashiva, you will experience your own part of you, which is all pervasive. You will experience how you are everywhere, and because you are everywhere, you will experience that that ultimate experience of you manifesting as Lingodbhava Murti. And that when you manifest that particular power, you will be able to see, have the power of clairvoyance, identifying any hidden treasures in people's minds, means the experiences that people have, being able to mind read people, and at the same time being able to identify anything that is happening far off, even alter your blood pressure, you will be able to do. So are you all ready? We are going to now enter into a very beautiful samyama, a process that Swamiji has given, through which you can start manifesting this. So can I request all the participants to please get a mirror for this particular process, please? Can I request all the participants to please get mirror? I request everyone to get the mirror. So this particular samyama, we are going to be manifesting the power of being able to, first we are going to experience that Lingodbhava, that effulgent light inside of us. So I request everyone to bring a mirror for this particular process. See, every one of us have a super physical self-effulgent light in all of us, which is shining in our eyes, which is shining through the skin, which is shining in our very being. We are now going to be identifying that part of us. We're going to be doing the samyama on that part. See, every one of us have the self-effulgent, that supremely bright, that shining light. See, even if there's no light outside, nothing, we all have a glow in our eyes. We all have certain glow in our skin. Every one of us. Your race, your gender, your beliefs, your religion, nothing matters. Every one of us have this part in us. That effulgence in us is that Lingodbhava, Linga Udbhava. Now, we are going to be doing the samyama by contemplating, trying to identify that light in us. No, Arjun Ravishankar is asking if we can use phone camera. No. You should not. Please bring a mirror and do it. You should see the mirror and you should see yourself. See, only mirror will reflect. There'll be no other functions extra that happens in that. Do not use phone camera. Please use a mirror. Just find a mirror, some reflective surface. Nithyanandam, FV. Nithyanandam. Could you put your full name, please? Yes. All of you, please keep the mirror in front of you. Now, the exact process that you're all going to be doing. You're going to be first looking at the mirror. Gaze into the mirror. Your eyes should lock to yourself in the mirror. Sit in front of the mirror and gaze at your own reflection. Just gaze at you. Don't look at the mirror and say, oh, I think my lipstick is a little less. Don't look at yourself and get distracted. You're going to only see the reflection in a very unclutched way. You're just going to look at yourself and keep looking at the form, gazing at your form until a point you will all see this. Every one of you will notice this. Suddenly you will see that your form disappears and you will only see like a unclear ball of kind of a light. In that same reflection, as you gaze into it, suddenly you will see your reflection lose its separate dimensions and paths. It will almost appear like just a lump of light. Without having a clear hands, legs, head, without having a clear picture, you will suddenly see the whole thing will become like a ball, light ball. Please understand, when you gaze at the light intensely, the independent, definitive shape of your form will melt down. You will only feel like you're seeing like an egg ball. It will usually be like an egg-shaped ball, like a light in the shape of an egg. That is what is called as Swayam Prakasha. the self-effulgent, the supernal light inside each of us. This is what we call as linga. Understand, when you gaze at your own image, all the attributes you attributed to your own form will melt down. If you are able to see the light ball, you are a Lingodbhava. Means you have recognized your self-effulgent light inside of you. Now sit, gaze at your own reflection. Please hold the mirror in front of you. Keep looking at it. Don't focus. See, many times we tend to get distracted. Don't get distracted at how your features are. Don't get distracted into anything. You're just going to look at the mirror, look at your reflection. Just keep staring at the reflection. At one point, you will suddenly see that focus will suddenly change and you will see only a lump of light. Please start. Gaze at the mirror. And just see the mirror in the most unclutched form. Gaze at it. Look at your own reflection up until the point where your whole form disappears and you just see an egg-shaped light ball. Keep looking at your own form. Gaze intensely at your form.
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Once you see that form of yours is melting, and once you see your form is disappearing in that mirror, in the next step, do the samyama on that light in the inner space. Now, drop the mirror. You don't need to hold the mirror anymore. You can keep the mirror down. Turn that same light that you're seeing in the mirror in your inner space. Instead of seeing that light in your mirror, close your eyes and look in. You will see that effulgent light inside of you. When you do that samyama on that inner space, the first thing, even your subtlest thoughts and moods and happenings in your system, you will start understanding. Not only the thoughts, moods, even the physical changes. If your blood pressure increases, your self-diagnostic method, like you will be able to know every single change happening in your system. Sit now, connect in your inner space and identify that supernal effulgent light in your inner space. Just take 2 minutes. Identify that part in you. Very slowly, please relax. Please relax. The same light that you saw, that you identified with, that you experienced, you're going to experience that same light filling, fulfilling, and overflowing through your inner space. Every one of you that are sitting here, you will experience this most powerful and the supremely intelligent light which fills you, fulfills you, and overflows through you. Like Swamiji said, when you manifest, do this samyama on the light, you will be able to start identifying even the subtlest of changes in your body. You will become so sensitive to your body. Means you will know the smallest of things happening in your body, not just in terms of like physical changes, even the thought currents, even the blood pressure, even the sugar, anything increasing in your body, you will know it. You will be able to identify it clearly. Not just inside you, outside you, even in others, you will be able to identify the thoughts that are in them. What is the exact thought that they are thinking? Which is what we're all going to be manifesting as a power now. What all of you are going to be doing now is, listen very carefully. You're going to be having your partner visualize any one incident that they have, like how Ma Shambhava, you all manifested with Ma Shambhava in the morning. You're going to be having your partner think of an incident. You're going to scan and identify what exact incident they're thinking about. Identify and describe the details about that. Like, for example, if I am partnering up with one of you, I am going to think of an incident. Let's say the day I got blessings from Swamiji. So I'll visualize that, I'll be remembering that in my inner space, and the partner will have to scan, identify, okay, on this incident happened, and this is the incident that I'm thinking about. There were so many people. I am not going to even tell about that. The partner is themselves going to identify by manifesting the samyama of light, this Lingodbhava. You're going to be able to identify what exact thoughts are happening in the inner space. Please sit right now. I request every one of you to connect to your partner. Come on, Ma Mahima, Ma Wan, Ma Adelaide, Ma Xinzang Yao, Ma Margarita, Ma Donna, Ma Sonia Rao is requesting for a partner. Each of you can just connect. See, scan each other, identify the exact issue. And for this reason, we are going to be removing the focus mode temporarily for all of you to manifest. So you all can see your partner, you all can connect to your partner. The samyama is the exact process you all did just now, Ma Virupaksha. Visualizing the golden light inside is samyama. Yes, Ma Parameshwari and Ma Priyatma Surupini, both of you can connect. And I have removed we've removed the focus mode temporarily. We request each of you to please connect to a partner. Marita Ramakrishnan, Ma Ilka, Ma Nada Yoga Priya, Ma Agama Priya. You all can connect to each other. Ma Venkateshananda, connect with Ma Ananda. We have Ma Ananda Paramashakti, Ma Prematavasi is there. Each of you can connect to your partners in the chat. Just for this power, we'll be temporarily disabling the focus mode. You all can see your partners. You will be able to connect with them. You will be able to manifest with them. Okay, Pankaj Kankarayan, Satyojata Shiva is manifesting. And how about Sunil Yadav ji, Sumit Agrawal ji, you both can manifest. Kion Lemese. Please connect to each other. You all can manifest. Look at your partner. So you're going to be seeing your partner. You're going to be identifying, seeing your partner and connecting with them. See, Everardo Alfaro Ayya, you don't need to give the date or anything for this particular one. Just connect with the other person. Let them visualize any incident. Here in Denazaya, we have disabled the focus mode. You can just see the other person, and on the chat itself, you can connect. When I say connect, I mean just like you can manifest with the person in the chat itself. And I request everyone to come on camera when you're manifesting. Please be on camera so that the other person can see you scan. Please start. Intensely chant the Mahavakya.
Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om